born in Easton, as I say. I spent 3 days there in the hospital, and then I grew up in Denton, and my father and mother were from Denton, grandparents were from Denton, and went to school there. And those days, you only had 11 grades, so I was out of high school when I was 16. And it was a little different than it is today. And we didn't have any football teams in high school. And actually, they started basketball when I was in high school. And we used to get on an old bus and drive to Greensboro 2 or 3 afternoons after school for practice because we had no place to practice. And so it was a good place to grow up, though. Saturdays were a very busy town, particularly a busy night, and because all the farmers came to town to do and the wives to do their weekly shopping for groceries. And the movie always had a double feature, and plus a serial, plus a newsreel. And I remember another little friend of mine, we cut this gentleman's grass every Saturday for 30 cents. So we each got 15, and that was enough to go to the movie and see all those double features. And the town was just loaded with people on Saturday night, just full of people. And Denton every store was occupied, 3 grocery stores, 2 large clothing stores. A lot different today.
Well, you said you had some aspirations for baseball.
Oh, yes, I did. I loved baseball. The first gift I ever remember getting was a baseball glove when I was about 5 or 6 years old. And I really loved it. And
the Shore had a lot of good baseball.
Well, they had an Eastern Shore League then, which was a Class D league. They don't even have Class D today, but it was a very good league. Every team in every town had a parent, major league parent. Easton was the New York Yankees team. Milford was the Red Sox. Dover was the Phillies. Cambridge was the Dodgers, and they were just like the Dodgers. They fought all the time. Salisbury was St. Louis Cardinals, guys that could run fast. And it was a pretty hot Class D league because it was so close to the A leagues and the major leagues. And so I really enjoyed it. And I pitched while I was in college, and I pitched a lot of semi-pro ball. It was because every town had a team then. We played on Sundays, every town, Greensboro, Denton, Chestertown, Rock Hall, all of them.
Was there a particular competition with one Eastern Shore town with Denton?
Well, Greensboro and Denton used to always fight, in soccer or whatever it was. There was a big competition between those two because they were so close, I guess. And
but just like every probably young person on the Shore, you probably wanted to get out for a while, didn't you? Was there an urge to, kind of like break out and
Well, there was an urge on my part to play professional baseball. I mean, that had been my urge for years and years, and even through college. And I remember I was pitching in an all-star game of the Mardell League, which was the Sunday League, semi-pro, pitching over in Dover. And I was pitching the first 3 innings, excuse me. And of the 9 people I pitched to, batters, I struck out 7 of them. And the one grounded out to me and the other popped up. And I remember, so I'd done my 3 innings, and there was a scout there from the Phillies, and he wanted to sign me. And I said, no, I'm going to finish college first. Big mistake. If I really wanted to, play baseball, because time I finished college, you're 21, 22, they're not going to fool with you too long. If you're 18 or so, they'll fool with you 3 or 4 years. And so when I got out of college, I tried baseball in the Eastern Shore League for most of a season, and wasn't working out, so that's when my future wife talked me into going to law school. She was much smarter than I, and that proved it. All my years in the legislature, the partisanship was not very pronounced. It really wasn't. Some of my best friends When I was in the Senate were Republicans, and I remember as floor leader in the state Senate for 6 years, I bet I didn't have what you call a party call, where you're calling on all Democrats to do this, more than 5 times. And usually that was a local issue, like appointment of a liquor board in Prince George's County or something like that. There was not the partisanship. But then, about, I don't know, 12, 14, 15 years ago, it started becoming just like it did at the national level. When Gingrich started in the House, and it sort of started in Maryland too, and I guess elsewhere. And it's not particularly good, I don't think, insofar as accomplishing things. And
You think we can get back to that?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. When I was in the legislature, some of the most conservative members were Democrats, and some of the most liberal were Republicans. You know, it was just not that partisan divide that there is today.